Welcome to Palette Collection Bingo, number 26. I put all of my palettes in a spreadsheet, and once a week I use a random number generator, and it tells me which palette I'm going to do for you. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi, and I'm really happy that you're here. This week, the random number generator chose the Colourpop Darth Vader palette. It is part of their Star Wars collection, and this was the one palette out of the 3 that they have that I was actually interested in. I was not interested in the Child or the Mandalorian. The color stories just did not speak to me in my skin tone. But this is what this palette looks like. I have swatched it. I have used a couple of the shades just to see how they performed, and I'm not sure. I'm keeping an open mind. But I'm not sure that I'm going to like it. I did have the Of Quartz palette from Colourpop. And first of all, I love Colourpop. If you've been here any length of time, you know that I love Colourpop. But not all of their palettes are created equally. And there are some shades that just don't do well for me. If you saw my palette collection bingo using the Of Quartz palette, it's been a while. It was one of the first few that I did. This is that color story, and if you see, it has some of the same shades. Those 2 shades at the top there are very much like some of these, and those went straight gray on me. They're a taupey, with just a hint of pink here, and they looked straight gray on me. So this palette, this Of Quartz palette, was not one of my favorites. This black shade right here was very messy, and it was terrible. To me, it seemed like the, you know that ink that's in, the toner ink that's in like, the toner cartridges that you use for printers or copiers or whatever. That's what it reminded me of. It was everywhere. It was a mess. Which is why I don't have my face makeup on, just in case there's some fallout, whatever, less to clean up. You know what I'm saying? Hair is a frizzy ass mess today. It is very humid here in Ohio. And yeah, it just gets big. It just keeps growing. The more humidity, it just keeps growing. And I was going to do something with it. I'm like, you know, I just shampooed it 2 days ago. I'm not going to redo it. I only shampoo my hair like once a week. So this is what it is. It is what it is today. So that's just how it's going to be. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. 1, 2. I do have my eyes primed and prepped. We're going to go into... thought about doing something a little different today, as far as I feel like I always do the same steps, different shades, but same steps. So I think I'm going to go straight into this shade right here, and it is called Stormtrooper, and I'm going to use my pinky, and it seems like very much a Super Shock consistency. Some of their palettes do have some Super Shocks in them. And I'm going to put that on the front part of my lid, inner corner-ish. I was going to use this just on the inner corner, and I'm like, why not? That would probably do really well with some glitter primer. It's okay. It is a pretty shimmer. I like it. But it's taking a little bit of work to get it to do what it's supposed to do. And I guess I could, let me see. I'm going to try it with a brush, a flat brush, and spray it and see if that does any better. Oh, that does nice. Yes. I like that. Okay. It's a very, very soft shadow. Like the Super Shocks are extremely, extremely soft. Yeah, that's okay. So I hope everyone has had a great week. Tell me something good. Tell me something good that happened to you this week. Something that we should celebrate together. It could be like, you know, you lost 2 pounds, or you didn't go off on that irritating coworker, or, you know, something, anything positive. Let me know. Everybody needs some positivity in their life, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and now I'm going to go into this I Am the Master, this shade right here. And I'm going to put that on the center of my lid. I don't know how pigmented it is, but we're going to try it. Ooh, it is very pretty. Wow, that's a little bit better than what I had thought it was going to be. It's very pretty. Very pretty shimmer. It is more of a shimmer than a Super Shock. That's probably my favorite shade in the whole palette so far. Like I said, I did use a couple of the shades soon after I got the palette. I did get the palette in my Busy Beauty Customs box, the one that I opened in June. I am going to be opening my July one after I film this. After I film this video, and that will be out on Sunday. Sunday. Okay, that's a little weird. So we're going to blend it a little bit. We're going to blend. And that's going to make that very pink, but that's okay. I don't like lines. So that's pretty. I like that. Okay, I've been. All right, and now I'm going to go into this, just a second, Imperial Forces, this shade right here. I cannot read these at all without my glasses, and I'm going to put that kind of in my crease transition area. Like I said, I'm doing it a little differently today, just to see. This shade right here, it's very gray. I mean, it is a taupey shade, but it's very gray. You know, and I love Colourpop's taupes. I have the That's Taupe palette right here, and the Stone Cold Fox palette has a ton of taupes, a ton of cool neutrals, and that is my favorite palette. So I don't know what it is about some of their formulas that are just not created equally with some of the others. All right, I am getting a lot of fallout from that. Let's see what we can do to save this look, because I am not enamored with it at all. At all. All right, I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics brush. That first one was a Colored Rain brush. This, I have no idea what it is. It's old, and it's a little, it needs to be decluttered. I have enough flat brushes. I could totally declutter it. I don't know why we keep hang on to things that aren't that amazing. All right, I'm going to go into this Sith Lord right here, this dark shade. I'm going to get a smaller brush. And I'm going to put that in my outer corner. And I am still not really, I covered up a lot of that red, and I will go through and put more of that on. Ton of fallout Yeah, this seems like it's the same formula as the Of Quartz palette. It's very dusty. There's a lot of kick up in the pan. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel dry and patchy, but it does. I mean, look at it. It's messy. And I don't know why. I'm dabbing it off, but it's not highly pigmented either. Yeah, we're just gonna, I may end up covering up that red because it really doesn't match anything else in here. It doesn't. But we're going to do what we do, and we just keep going and we try to figure crap out. Not all eyeshadows are created equally. They're not all going to perform amazingly. But we need to do what we can. So that we don't end up having to take it all off.
One eternity later.
That is kind of a purpley kind of an eggplant aubergine. Yeah, it's messy. It's really messy. All right, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that the way it is. And then I'm gonna go in with this BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm gonna go into this Battle Station shade. I think this is pretty much going to be an all gray look. I'm just gonna try to do something a little better. I wonder if this is the same formula as in the Star Wars, the actual Star Wars. I think it's a 12 pan palette. I've heard good things about it, but you know, not all eyeshadows are for everyone. Something that may work on me may not work on you, and vice versa. And for whatever reason, these are not working. These are not working on me. We're still going to make it. We're still going to try to make it work though, guys. We're going to try to make it work. I'm not going to quit. Okay. Very dusty. Very messy. Okay, guys. I'm going to take another flat brush. I don't know what kind this is, but it's a shorter flat brush. And I'm going to go into this Death Star right here. It is a shimmer. And I'm going to put that on the center of my lid. I'm spraying it. Oh yeah, spraying it works nicely. You know, I don't usually have a problem with Colourpop shimmers. They're usually pretty good. It's the mattes that some palettes are just not, they're just not great. You know what I'm saying? Ton of fallout. Like, it's a mess. And I have been dabbing them on my little palette thing here. Okay. I'm going to clean this brush off because I'm going to use the same one. And I'm going to go back into that Stormtrooper shade right here. And I'm going to put that in the front part. You guys, I think it's important for you to see that not every look is amazing from the beginning. or even till the end. Sometimes they just suck. Sometimes they do. And I think it's important for you guys to see that. I've had a couple of palettes that I've done, palette collection bingo, that I was not enamored with at all. But you know, liner, lashes, and lips make everything better. Always. I have a hair somewhere. It's not bad. Not bad. I'm going to go back into that Sith Lord shade, that eggplant aubergine-y kind of color shade, and put that, darken that up on the outer edges. Kind of blend those two together. I do like that steel gray in the middle. That's a really nice shimmer. Is it worth buying the entire palette for that? No. And I do like the Stormtrooper shade. It's pretty. But it doesn't, that's not what it looks like in the pan. It looks like a pinky shade. Ton of fallout, guys. Ton of fallout. I'm really happy that I did not do my face makeup. I'm bringing that up in my crease a little bit. I do love these colored rain brushes. I don't know if you saw the video. I can't even remember which one it was that I was talking about them, but I got them free with a purchase of a palette from Colored Rain. Okay. That's not terrible. It's not amazing. I'm going to get a fluffy brush here. Fluffy brush. And I'm going to kind of blend that out a little bit, because there's not really a light shade in here that I want to use to blend it out. I kind of want to put something on my brow bone and inner corner. I'm going to use this Super Shock. It's called Mountain Lion. It's very pretty. It is a duochrome. And I'm not using much of it. I'm just kind of blending and putting some color up here. But I am going to use it for my inner corner. That's pretty. Look at this. Look at this. That Mountain Lion shade. You guys, it's ridiculous. It's one of my favorite Super Shocks I've ever had. All right, you guys. We're gonna go off camera and we'll clean up all this fallout. Liners, lashes, lips. We'll be back. We'll discuss. We have a lot to discuss, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Finished look. It was a struggle, man. Struggle bus with this palette. I'm going to show you this palette. It ended up looking purple, looking like a purple look, which was not what I set out to do. But the inner corner, which is a duochrome, kind of added to that aubergine color on the side, the plum color palette. This is what the palette looks like. I would not recommend buying this palette. I would not recommend buying it. There are so many other Colourpop palettes. There's so many other palettes, but there are so many other Colourpop palettes that are a better formula than this. This right here was messy and dusty, and I think it's a beautiful shade. I love that deep. It looks like a deep wine shade, but not on me. It didn't. That is the shade right there. That is not what it looks like in the pan. These shades here were just pure gray. This one is a little bit more gray, but this is more taupe, more like a taupey pink, pinky taupe, whatever. The Super Shock was fine. I like Super Shocks. You know, this shade right here was amazing if there were other shades in the palette that it looked good with. I don't know, maybe this and this together would have been a good, I don't know, a good match. But it ended up looking very purple because of that Mountain Lion being a duochrome and this aubergine shade right here. I don't mind the finished look. I don't mind it at all. I like it, but it took a while to get there, and I don't like working that hard. I just don't. Not when there's so many other palettes out there that are effortless. So this is kind of a thumbs down. This palette is a thumbs down for me. I would not have purchased it. Well, I wanted it, but I'm glad I didn't actually purchase the palette. I purchased my Busy Beauty box, and that happened to be in there, but I'm glad I didn't go out and purchase the palette. You know what I'm saying? What else I used on my face? I used the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in black. I just tight lined with it. My lashes, I used the Trace Steak first 2 coats, and the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara on my second two coats. Can't speak. On my lips, I lined them with the Huda Beauty Lip Contour Liner. And this is in the shade Muse. It is such a pretty shade. And then I filled it in with Mirabella Stay All Day Forever Velvet Lip Pencil. It is a little matte for me. This is in the shade, no idea what shade this is. Maybe it's in the shade Forever Velvet Lip Pencil. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it doesn't say, there's no other shade on it anywhere, but that's what it looks like. I am going to have to sharpen it, but I thought those two looked really good together. I probably should put a gloss over it just because it's very matte. It's very matte, and it looks like I have some cleaning up to do before I film another video. So you guys, thanks you guys so much for joining me for week 26 of my palette collection bingo. They're not all winners, y'all. They're not all winners. I'm really happy to weed them out because I don't know how long it would have been before I actually used this palette again. I did use a couple of the shades just to see what they were like. I didn't use any of the shimmers. But I'm glad it came up because now I know. And that may be decluttered with the Of Quartz palette. I don't know. I was just not real enamored with either of them. And I have so many Colourpop palettes. Sorry, I'm trying to get my thing off my hand. I have so many Colourpop palettes that I freaking love. So I don't need them to take up space in my collection. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Thanks you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.